But hopefully that is all working. So if you can hear me and see me on Facebook or YouTube, then do let me know. It looks like it's working. Awesome. Well, I'll give people a couple of minutes. Oh wow, there's actually subtitles being generated automatically. Look at that. You learn something new every day. On Facebook, that is. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, if you're there, let me know. And we can get stuck in, and I will get into the actual live stream content itself in a couple of minutes, because I said I was going to go live at 10:30. Yeah, so basically I've been trying out this new live streaming setup because we are going to be recording a conference in February next year. Thank God. Can't wait to actually get out there and get filming again. And we haven't live streamed a conference sort of properly before. I have done some previously, but on a very sort of low level. But now, with the world being as it is, lots of people are going to be tuning in remotely. There's going to be a whole live streaming option for people who can't actually come to the event itself. And so I've been really trying to wrap my head around proper live streaming. So actually, you can see that I can switch between. I've got two cameras plugged into my little switcher thing here, and I can go between those two angles. And as I shall be showing you on this brief call, hopefully I can show you what I'm looking at as well on my desktop. So I've got a Premiere project open. I've got a video here. I can press play.
That's because I am in a music store right now filming this video in PMC.
Hopefully you should be able to hear that, so I can talk you through videos and stuff. I can show you exactly what goes into the editing and stuff. Yeah, it should be pretty cool. And all of this obviously translates to the events themselves, the conferences that we'll be doing next year. We can take feeds from presenters' laptops and any kind of media that anyone who's talking wants to show both the audience who's there in person and the people online. Hopefully it should all work pretty seamlessly. But anyway, coming up to 10:30. So yeah, what I wanted to do, as I say, is combine this sort of test of this live streaming stuff with hopefully providing some useful and informative information at the same time, because it's a while since I've done anything like this. So I thought, why not combine the two? And so I thought, over the next 10 days, why don't I talk to you about my 10 steps for better video? Because this is something that I put together to send out in emails. So if you subscribe to my emails, which you can do on my website, then every day for the first 10 days you get a new tip to do with better business video. And so I thought I might as well talk a little bit more in detail about them, and also give you the opportunity to ask some questions and stuff as well, if you want some more information. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to double check that everything is still streaming correctly, but I think it is. Is it? Like I said, this is a new one for me. Everything says live, so I'm just going to continue. Okay, so tip number 1 is personality. So what we're trying to do here is create more effective video. And by effective video, I mean video content that serves a purpose for you. It's going to do something tangible for you and your business. It's not just going to kind of exist for the sake of it. It's going to give you some kind of return on investment, whatever that may be. And also, really what's more important than that even, when it comes to effective video, is video that your audience are going to love. Because it can't just be all about you. It can't just be a video that, you know, shouts about you and how great you are. That will bring you some success, but it's going to be limited compared to if you actually put out content that people are going to enjoy and be interested in, because otherwise, why should they care? But that's kind of a subject for another time, one of the other tips. Now let's just deal with personality. So I've been asked quite a few times before, when people have asked me about video production and stuff, they've been like, Alex, is it really imperative that I need to be in the videos? Do I actually need to be in my own videos? Can I not use one of my my staff members or a colleague, or maybe I can hire an actor or something, or maybe we can just create like an explainer, an animation, something like that. And obviously this comes from the place of, I don't really want to be in my own video because I'm scared of being on camera. And that's fine. Like, it is a scary thing. That's really what people are saying by that. But my advice actually is that it's imperative. Yes, it is imperative that you are in your own videos. And by that, I mean you as like a business owner or someone who is a representative of the company, as it were, of your brand. My live stream seems to have disappeared off Facebook. That's really what people are saying by that. Oh no, it's there. It's there. Sorry, I'm just double checking. So and so your personality needs to be at the front and center of this, because if you think about it, when you've got one company and you've got another within your industry, two companies doing the same thing, what separates you? Because in the eyes of your customer, that is, because I'm sure that you will fully believe, and it probably is true, that you are different to the company down the road who do the same thing as you or who are in the same industry. But to your customers, to your potential customers and to your audience, how do they know that? Because let's say you're a dog walker, for example. Unless you make it really obvious that you are, maybe that you specialize in a particular area, you only walk a certain breed of dog, or you, like my friend Dom Hodgson, you do dog adventures rather than dog walks. Unless you make it a real point of differentiation why you are so different, then your potential customers are just going to kind of get lost in the fog of all of these different options that are out there, and they're going to see all dog walkers as the same. So there are lots of ways that you can position yourself as being different and better to those who are, to your competitors in your industry. But I would say that one of the best ways to do it, and in a way one of the easiest ways, is to use your personality, because it's not really something that requires a lot of work. Like, it doesn't require a lot of effort. I suppose it does, but it's inherent to you, isn't it? You've already got a personality. You are already you. You have your own mannerisms and your own quirks, your own philosophies and ideologies, I suppose, whatever you want to call it. That all falls into this umbrella of your personality. And so why not make that something that helps you to stand out from the competition? I think a lot of people, especially in the more corporate-y industries, shy away from this because they're kind of worried about putting their head above the parapet because they're afraid of getting criticism, whether that be from their potential customers and or from other competitors in their industry. You know, a lot of the time it's like, well, no one in our industry puts their personality forward on an individual basis, so why should we? Like, we don't want to kind of be seen as different in that regard. And I think that's a missed opportunity. I think because you have a personality inherent to yourself, you should put that at the forefront. Because aside from anything else, if you think about it this way, when it comes to actually working with people, at least then they know what they're going to get. So if you kind of put your personality front and center with kind of no apologies, when it actually comes to working with people, they'll be like, yeah, that's exactly the person that I have seen in all of their marketing material up to now. And I suppose a prime example of this, and something that I wanted to show you, if I flip over to my desktop here, and he doesn't know I'm doing this, is my good pal Dagan. So this is Dagan, who I work with when we make videos for PMT, who are the UK's largest music retailer, and we make a lot of content for their YouTube channel. I'll just play you a little clip.
Sound like it's broken. The eagle-eyed amongst you will notice as well, the Tube Screamer has turned gold all of a sudden. That's because I am in a music store right now filming this video in PMT Newcastle, and the Tube Screamer is just so, they're that popular and that good. This is my own Tube Screamer. I bought the anniversary gold one because I'm tacky and I love Tube Screamers. We'll get to that shortly. I'm going to talk about overdrives first. Some of my favourites, as you can see up here, then distortions.
Cool. So yeah, you get the idea. Dagan is like a product demonstrator, and we make like buying guides and reviews and that type of thing. And Dagan is very much personality driven when it comes to his videos. And like in that little clip there was a good example because he's like, oh, I got this gold pedal because I'm tacky and that. And he really kind of turns his personality up to 11 when it comes to actually filming. And this is a tip that I talk about in my book, Grow Your Business with Video, because I think it's a really good way of like amplifying your personality, because when the camera switches on, and the film starts rolling, it's not quite the same as real life. You have to kind of be a bit more animated, put a bit more energy into it, try and you don't speak in the same way, or you shouldn't speak in quite the same way as you do in as you would like having a conversation with someone at the checkouts at the supermarket. It needs to be that little bit more, and to you it's going to feel like, if you haven't really done this before, it's going to feel a bit odd, and you're going to feel like you're putting a bit too much into the performance, and maybe you do think this is like performing, it's like I'm on stage and that's weird, and surely I should just like press record and just speak as normal. But I think it's with a bit of practice and with a bit of like, once you know what to look out for, it's easy to see that if you do kind of treat it more as a performance and you kind of turn everything up to 11 a little bit, you get a much better result. And something else that I wanted to kind of share with you on this, because Dagan puts his personality front and center, here are some screenshots, hopefully you can see these, of some comments that we've had on YouTube just in the last like couple of weeks. Dagan, after years of watching your channel, I finally got myself a guitar. This video really helped me decide. Dagan rocks as usual. Good energy, Dagan. Beats the fat guy drinking beer while trying to explain Rickenbacker dual truss rod adjustments. So for those who are not perhaps in the music and guitar industry, what this chap who's commented on one of our videos is referring to is the fact that a lot of product reviews and demos and stuff out there are really lacking in personality. And the person who's actually on there doing the demo has a guitar and they're like, this guitar is made with alder wood and it's roasted maple neck, and here is where the truss rod adjustment is, and it's all like factual and dry and boring. It's really boring. And sometimes those videos are good and they're useful and that's just what you want to see, but other times, I think most of the time, you want to be entertained. Your viewers want to be entertained, and aside from anything else, they're going to remember your video more if you put more pizzazz into it. So another one, Dagan strikes again. Another excellent, entertaining and informative video. I hope they're paying you well, son. Here for Daily Dagan. Like, how much does that say about how much Dagan puts his personality into his videos, and how much of a thing that has become for the viewers? They're here for Daily Dagan. Dagan is the best. I freaking love Dagan. Dagan, your vids are awesome. Just bought one after watching this review. There's a return on investment for the video for sure. I literally just come to these videos to watch Dagan play, and thank God there's Dagan. Another great review, thanks mate. So that is literally just a small selection of comments that, like I say, we've received in the last couple of weeks on the channel, and it's all because the personality is front and center of the presenter. So my advice to you is to try to not be ashamed of like who you are. This is getting deep, I suppose, isn't it? But don't be ashamed of who you are and your values, your philosophy, and how you do things, and put that right at the front and center of your videos. Don't be ashamed to have your personality be a defining point in your content. It should be really obvious to people who you are, what you do, and what you're all about. And as I say, like what your values are. Because aside from anything else, it's going to help you to stand out from those people in your competition, in your industry, who don't do that, who shy away from putting their opinions forward and putting their mannerisms forth, and they hide behind the veil of, often it's the corporate speak, you know. And the problem with that is everyone's doing it. So how on earth are you expecting to stand out? You can have other ways of differentiating yourself, you know. Obviously maybe you're the most expensive in your area, or maybe you're the cheapest in your area, and if that's the route you want to go down, fine. Lots of different ways you can do it, but your personality is something that you've already got. It's something that you should be proud of, and it can help you to stand out, and it's going to show people what you're like to work with anyway, and it's going to help you because it's going to divide your viewership up between people who don't really get on with you, because you're going to have to be prepared for that as well. Some people are just not going to like the cut of your jib, and even if you think you could help them out from a business service perspective, they're going to think, nah, I don't really like this guy, it's not for me. And that's fine. You need to be okay with that, because at least then you're you're not so much putting up a barrier, but you're filtering out the people who you're probably not going to enjoy working with anyway, and you're probably not going to get a lot out of that business relationship, and you're going to grow to resent working with them. At least you're kind of filtering it more towards the much more positive side, which is people who are like, yep, I really like this guy or gal, love what they say, love their personality, they're really interesting, they're engaging, they're entertaining, they're a great storyteller, all this type of stuff. And then when it actually comes to working with you or buying from you, you're on the same page. Anyway, that's about it for this first tip. Hopefully this live stream has all worked. Let me know what you think. Are you quite happy with putting yourself out there on your videos? Is it easy for you to put your personality front and center, or do you find it a bit difficult? Is there anything that would make it easier? Do you tell me your opinion on this? Leave a comment below. And I'll be back tomorrow with tip number 2, which I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But yeah, join me for another coffee break tomorrow. Hope you found this useful and interesting and entertaining and all that stuff.